Hello everyone, I am going to present before you about the analytical instrument powder X-ray diffractometer. X-ray powder diffraction is a non-destructive rapid analytical technique primarily used for phase identification of a crystalline material and can provide information on unit cell dimensions. X-ray diffraction is based on constructive interference of monochromatic X-rays and a crystalline sample. The basic components of X-ray diffractometer are an X-ray tube, a sample holder, and an X-ray detector. X-rays are generated in a cathode ray tube by heating a tungsten filament to produce electrons, accelerating the electrons towards a target by applying a voltage and bombarding the target material with the electrons. When electrons have sufficient energy to dislodge inertial electrons of the target material, characteristic X-ray spectra are produced. These spectra consist of several components, the most common being K alpha and K beta. XRD can only be used for sample with periodic structure, that is, crystalline substances which have long range ordered arrangement of constituent particles. The crystal lattice planes act as diffraction gratings. Principle of powder XRD. The principle of powder XRD based on Bragg's equation. The interaction of the incident rays with the sample produces constructive interference when conditions satisfy Bragg's law. Constructive interference occurs only when the path difference of the incident X-rays is equal to whole number multiple of wavelength lambda, that is n lambda. These diffracted X-rays are then detected, processed and counted. Conversion of the diffraction peaks to dispacing allows identification of the phase present in the material because each phase has a set of unique dispacing, that is, they are like our fingerprints. This is achieved by comparison of this spacing with the standard reference pattern. Application of powder X-ray diffractometer. Powder X-ray diffractometer has diverse application. Out of this, it is utilized in phase identification, utilized in unit cell lattice parameter refinement, crystalline size determination, and lattice strain determination.
Hello everyone, this is powder X-ray diffractometer. This instrument is very much sophisticated and used in mineral identification of different materials and also used in phase identification. So I want to show you the important parts of this instrument. This part is called goniometer, and this one is X-ray tube. X-ray is generated here, and this one is detector. And this part is called sample holder. So during X-ray generation, tremendous amount of heat is generated within the X-ray tube. So we have to maintain the temperature below 22 degrees centigrade. Therefore, another attachment is there, which is called sealer. Now I am going to switch on the instrument. So here it is seen, temperature is now 27 degrees centigrade, but it should be below 25 degrees centigrade. So we are going to switch on another part of the equipment, which is called sealer. That sealer will supply cold water to maintain the temperature below 25 degrees centigrade. This part is called sealer. this sealer continuously supply cold water to maintain the temperature of X-ray tube. Now I am going to switch on this sealer, and this is the pump switch, and this one is compressor switch. So this will now supply cold water to maintain the temperature below 25 degrees centigrade. When the temperature below 25 degrees centigrade, then only we can start X-ray. Now you can see temperature comes down to below 25 degrees centigrade. So now we can switch on X-ray. Now I am going to open the software. This software is called XZ Operation. So let's see. So first of all, we have to check whether temperature, pressure are in requisite level. For that we have to go this cooling water indicator. There, when all these are in green, showing green signal, then we can switch on X-ray. This representing temperature, flow rate, and also the pressure. Now it is seen all are in requisite level. Therefore, green signal indicating us. So this one for X-ray on. Now this red light showing us that X-ray source is now turning on. Okay. For X-ray generation, this should be 40 kilovolt and this current should be 40 milliampere. So to increase up to that level, we have to do aging. So aging is a operation which can gradually increases the voltage and current. For this we have to go to this mode, everyday use and the present condition mode, and then we should do execute aging. So it will take another 40 minutes to raise the voltage up to 40 kilovolt and current up to 40 milliampere. Then only X-ray will generate it and we can perform sample analysis. Now aging is completed. The voltage and current reach to the requisite level. Therefore, we can proceed towards sample preparation and sample analysis. So now I am going to show how sample preparation is done. This is the sample plate, and we have to keep the sample in this curved part of the sample plate. Okay. So the required amount of sample is 1/10 of a gram. So we place the sample on the curved part of sample plate, and the area should be covered properly so that good peaks appear during the analysis. Okay. Now sample preparation is completed. So now I am going to put the sample plate on sample holder. So we have to unlock this door. So here is one sensor. During XRD operation, we cannot open this door. If we try to open this door, X-ray will immediately stop. Okay. This one is sample holder where I keep the sample. So now our X-ray source is copper T alpha and its wavelength is 1.54 angstrom. And this one is detector. Okay. Now I close this door. and we can proceed towards the software. This one standard measurement. So first of all, we should store the data. We should set the condition, required condition. This is third angle. Suppose our sample requires 2 theta scanning from 2 degree to 90 degree. So here we can write 2 degree 2, and here already it was written, but I want to show you this is 90, and then just cut this window, and then we can go for execute measurement. Now our analysis begins. So here formation of different peaks is now starting. So after a few minutes we will get some peaks, and from these peaks we can analyze different phases present in the sample. Okay. After completion of the analysis, this kind of peaks are appearing, and here each peak is correspond to a specific d value, and each d value is correspond to a specific phase present in the material. So I can show how these peaks can be find out. Suppose this peak, I select this peak, and this peak will give us this peak is appear at 2 theta 27.2, and this spacing value is 3.27, and from this spacing value we can identify the phase present in the material. From these XRD peaks we can analyze many things like crystalline size, percentage crystallinity, and also purity of the sample. But it is very difficult to explain all these things during this short video. So I want to conclude my topic. Thank you.